In this video, we'll look at the IDB workflow. Indirect bonding, or IDB for short, allows doctors to prepare their bracket positions and treatment plan in advance, and then transfer that digital information into a printable jig that can be used to bond the brackets to the teeth. Doing this allows the practice to apply the braces faster and more accurately than traditional methods. All you need is an STL file and occlusion and the uDesign 10 software to begin. One more thing. It's important that we have your bracket part numbers in the library to guarantee that your brackets will fit into the tray. Let's begin by setting up your bracket set. If you've already done this part, skip forward to minute 2:37. Click on the gear icon in the top right corner of the screen to open your settings, and then find the IDB section on the left side of the screen. Click on the arrow to expand that section, and then select Prescription Configurator. This is where we can set up your bracket sets based on the ones you use in the clinic. Click on the blue plus sign at the top to create a new set and give it a name. You are able to filter through all of our available part numbers by choosing the drop-down arrows to narrow the selection. But the fastest way to find your bracket is by directly typing in the part number in the box to the right. Once it appears in the list below, click on that number and then click on the tooth to apply it. You will notice that the software will automatically mirror the bracket you applied to the left side of the arch with the corresponding part number, so only the right-sided part numbers are required. You will notice at the chart at the bottom of the screen that the software will automatically position these brackets vertically for you. These customizable numbers are based on the FACC point and represent the distance from the incisal edge to the slot of the bracket. Continue placing the brackets on the remaining teeth, and then click on the blue floppy disk icon at the top to save your bracket set. Click Save in the bottom left corner to close out of the settings. You are able to create up to 8 different bracket sets in the system. To create an IDB case, open the uDesign software and click New. Select Self-Planning to create a new patient. Enter the patient's information and proceed to the next screen to upload the STL files. Once imported, make sure to select the IDB on the radio dials. Click Create Case. If you are familiar with model segmentation, you can skip to minute 5:03. We will have to go through a few steps before we can begin our IDB setup. Make sure the orientation of the model looks correct. If it's not, use the right mouse click to move the model. Click and drag on the model to spin it, and do the same outside of the model to level it. Once it looks correct, click on the Set Orientation button at the top of the screen to save. Click Next. The software will automatically attempt to segment the teeth. Just make sure that the 3 colors are in the same continuously alternating pattern. If not, you can use a teardrop icon at the top of the screen to recolor each tooth beginning in the posterior and working your way around the arch. Click Fine-Tune Segmentation. In this step, you can use the paintbrush at the top of the screen to clean up any areas that weren't colored correctly. Click Label Teeth to verify the tooth numbering. If anything needs to be re-identified, click on the number to make the change. Click Next. On the next 2 screens, you can adjust the red central groove lines and the blue long axis lines as necessary. Once finished with these steps, do the same steps for the upper arch until you see the model on the screen. On the model screen, begin by clicking the IDB button on the far right. In the menu window, select your bracket prescription from the drop-down list. You can specify which arch you'd like to add brackets to. If you want both arches, select Add to All. You can also individually change or remove brackets at this point. By clicking on any of the brackets, a new window will pop up to allow you to remove or select a different part number. Step 2 will allow you to view the pre- and post-treatment in a few different ways. Click on the radio dial to view the model in a split-screen mode. Turning on the arch wire will let you visualize the path of the wire between the slots. And the bracket positions table will allow you to see the heights of the brackets in the table below. The model on the left side of the screen allows for bracket movement. The model on the right displays and lets you change the final tooth movement. When a bracket is selected on the left, there is a padlock icon on the right that will allow you to lock or unlock the tooth from moving when you are repositioning the left bracket. When the icon is locked, you will notice that changing the position of the bracket on the left screen will not affect the tooth movement on the right. Clicking to unlock it will simulate the expected tooth movement. For example, if you move the bracket up on the tooth on the right will move down or extrude, or vice versa. Please note that the tooth will highlight in blue when the padlock is in the locked position. You are also able to turn on the arch wire plane to adjust the height and cant of all the brackets on the teeth. The models in both windows will move together simultaneously if the small linking icon at the top of the screen between the two windows is highlighted. Unlocking it will only adjust the orientation of the side you are attempting to move. If you see any red brackets while you are working, that means there are collisions with the bracket and the opposing arch. Try to move the brackets to avoid the interference if possible. If you are unable to move it to an acceptable position, bite turbos may be required to avoid collisions. Once you have the brackets placed in the desired positions, click on Step 3 to design the trays. You are able to customize the tray thickness or leave it defaulted to the medium setting. You will notice some squares on the screen. Clicking on any of these squares will segment the tray at that location. If you prefer to bind half of an arch at a time, you can click between the centrals, and you will notice that the model is now divided into two colors. You are able to create as many segments or trays as you would like. Step 4. Generate the trays. Clicking on this step will automatically begin the tray generation process, so please make sure you are ready before clicking on this step. Depending on your computer speed, this may take several minutes to complete. Please leave the case open while the trays are being generated. Once finished, the trays will display on the screen. You can choose to show the trays with the teeth or the brackets using the buttons on the right. The trays are now saved. Click on Go to Output folder, and the software will open up the folder destination with the new trays. You can find them in the L tray and U tray folders. They are now ready to be sent to your printer. Once you have printed them with the appropriate resins, the final step is to load the brackets and bond them to the teeth.